selected for our very first Defense Against the Dark Arts lesson by the lake. What about you, Daniel?
Sure, it's cold, damp and soggy. What's not to like?
Oh, quit complaining, Daniel. At least we're not spending the afternoon in a stuffy classroom. What do you think Professor Brindlemore has in store for us?
Honestly, I don't care, as long as it doesn't involve me getting wet.
I'm sorry to hear that, Mr. Page, because learning the proper defense against most aquatic menaces requires testing the waters, so to speak. Is everyone here? Good. Let's begin. Today will be the first in a series of lessons on defending oneself against dangerous underwater creatures. Our very own Black Lake is home to many such beasts, some more menacing than others. Can anyone give me an example?
The giant squid?
Yes, we have our very own Archaiteuthis ducks, although it's rather elusive and not particularly threatening despite its impressive size. What else might we find? If you're referring to the mer people, then yes. A tribe of Selkies do make the Black Lake their home. Despite what you may have heard, however, they are not a threat so long as you treat them with respect. Anyone else? Perhaps something a bit smaller and troublesome?
Oh, I know! A Grindylow!
Meet our resident water demon, the Grindylow. This little beastie might not look like much, but beneath the surface they're rather nasty, especially when a horde of them descends on you.
Look at all those teeth!
Yes, best to avoid getting bitten, unless you fancy a visit to the matron. The good news is Grindylows are quite thin-skinned, thus a well-aimed revulsion jinx will cause them to loosen their grip.
But Grindylows only live underwater, right? So we should be fine if we stay out of the lake, right?
Oh dear, Mr. Page, I'm afraid you're not going to like our next lesson, not one bit.
Swimming in the lake? Is she mad?
Don't tell me you never learned to swim, Daniel.
Of course I know how to swim, but that doesn't mean I want to jump in the Black Lake. I'm not a fish.
I thought maybe you were afraid to get your hair wet.
Do you know how long it takes to dry this mop? It's a menace, it is.
Well, I think Professor Brindlemore's idea is brilliant. It's a whole other world beneath the surface. I can't wait to see a merperson.
You know they're not the most friendly lot, right? I heard one of them tried to drown a thirstier just last month.
Really? I heard he got tangled in seagrass after chasing a pet toad.
Whatever. I suppose you're thrilled about all this, yeah?
It's exciting, yes, but do we even know what lives in the lake?
That's what I'm saying. There could be anything down there.
Still, I'm sure it's going to...
I'm glad someone enjoyed it.
How do you play so many instruments at once?
Lots of practice. And a bit of magic, of course.
So, these are just enchanted instruments, right?
That's right. But I'm still playing each instrument, just not touching them with my fingers. It's more difficult than it looks.
Don't mind Daniel. He's always hunting for a trick to everything. I'm Ivy, by the way, and this is my friend.
Nice to meet you all. Name's Calliope, but you can call me Cal. You're students, aren't you? I went to Hogwarts myself.
Really? Did you study music?
Not at all. Played a few socials, sang in the frog choir, but that's about it. On the road is where I truly learned to play.
But you're so good. You must have traveled everywhere.
I've played in more villages than I can count. But then, being a fan of music also means listening. Everyone has a song to share, often something special from their past.
My mom used to sing to me when I was little. There was this one song about mooncalves that always put me right to sleep.
A mooncalf lullaby? I'd love to hear it.
What? You want me to sing? I can't even carry a tune.
Doesn't matter. A beautiful song is beautiful no matter how it's sung.
Yeah, but you haven't heard me sing. Besides, everyone loves your music.
I wish that were true. Let's just say the response in Hogsmeade has been... well, let's call it mixed.
Clearly they don't have an ear for great music.
You're very kind, but I'm afraid there aren't enough young ears like yours to keep me here.
Then you should come to Hogwarts. You could play a show for us.
That would be lovely, but I seem to recall the professors aren't too keen on strangers showing up at the front gate.
But you're not a stranger. I'm sure they'll remember you.
Mr. Filch certainly will. He was not a fan of my impromptu performances. I think he still has my favorite gob iron stuffed in a drawer somewhere.
Filch doesn't like anyone, especially not the students.
I suppose Professor Flitwick might remember me. He's quite...
Perfect. I'll ask him.
All right, thanks. Perhaps I'll get a chance to hear a few more songs before I move on after all.
But we're going to be late for class.
Sorry, I was just talking to Professor Flitwick about Cal.
Oh, did you remember him?
Yes, apparently Cal left quite an impression.
Good or bad?
Good. Professor Flitwick loved his music. Cal even convinced him to sing a few songs himself, which he said he never does.
I have to sing in front of everyone.
The professor said he'd ask the headmistress about allowing Cal to perform. Isn't that great?
Wonderful. Now come on, let's get this over with.
Is that a comment?
Who here can breathe underwater? Anyone? No, of course not. Does anyone know how to remedy that?
A bubblehead charm.
Very good, Mr. Page. A bubblehead charm will provide a pocket of air from which to breathe for a short period of time. What else? Quite Right, Miss Vole. Gillyweed not only allows you to breathe underwater, it also provides webbed feet and hands to make you a more effective swimmer. Anyone else? Nicely done. It is indeed possible to partially transfigure oneself into, say, a shark and successfully navigate the depths. I would suggest this option only for those who excel in transfiguration, however, as the transformation can be challenging.
Will we be able to talk to each other underwater?
No, you'll need to use hand signals. And before you ask, yes, your wands will work underwater. Just speak the incantation normally. Come, everyone into the lake. Your assignment is as follows. Swim to the bottom and retrieve a marker, like this one. Hidden amongst the rocks and ruins on either side of the tall seagrass. Grindylow are also quite common in this area, so be careful and work together. The first to return with a marker will receive top marks.
What about a prize? Professor Slughorn sometimes gives out rewards for the best potions.
I would hope passing class is reward enough, Mr. Page.
Worth a shot. Huh?
This is amazing. Look at all the fish. I don't know what Daniel was worried about. This is fun. Was that a giant tentacle? Maybe I should find a marker and get back. Beneath the ruins. I need to find a way in. Understand me. Wait, I know. The hand. I could show them. Oh no! It's gone! Did you find out anything? Sorry, no students are unaccounted for.
We asked around Hogsmeade too. No one's been reported missing, not in the last month anyway.
What about the wand I found? Somebody must have lost it.
Possibly. Or someone lost it years ago.
It didn't look old, and weirdly, there was something familiar about it. Like I've seen it before. Are you sure no one's missing?
Pretty sure. You don't actually want someone to be stuck at the bottom of the lake, do you?
No, of course not. It's just, everyone thinks I made it up.
Well, that's ridiculous. Why would you do that?
According to Cassandra, it's because I crave attention. That's rich coming from her.
Are you sure it wasn't Moaning Myrtle? You said she tried to scare you. Or maybe it was one of the mer people messing around.
No, Daniel, I touched it. It was definitely a human hand. I'm sure of it.
Okay, I believe you. So, what are you gonna do about it?
I have to find them, even if it means doing it by myself.
Well, before you go doing anything rash, come with us. We have something that might cheer you up.
I'm so happy to see you. I knew they'd let you come.
Because you for putting a good word for me. Thank you.
You're welcome. Does that mean you're going to do a show?
Well, I am. Professor Flitwick invited me to join the frog choir for a special performance. And there's also some kind of a social club that wants me to play a song or two.
Really? I might actually have to attend for once.
Daniel Page at a social event? Someone alert the Daily Prophet.
Ha ha. Don't get used to it, Ivy. This is a special occasion.
What are you going to play? Do you have songs picked out?
Not yet. I have a few options. Would you like to hear one?
Yes! I still can't fathom how you learned to play so many instruments.
Oh, I played a lot of wrong notes before I knew what I was doing. It just takes time and patience.
Well, it all sounds lovely, and I'm not the only one who thinks so. Look,
Ah, yes. Mer people. They're quite fond of music.
I didn't know that.
It's true. They have amazing voices too, although they're usually a bit shy.
Have you ever talked to them?
Not really. I don't speak Mermish, and trying to make sense of all that screeching, especially above water, is next to impossible.
But if I needed them to confirm something that happened underwater, do you think they'd help?
They do know everything that goes on beneath the surface. But I don't know. But then, I'm not an expert.
Neither am I, but I know who is.
To talk to the mer people? What on earth for?
They were there when I found the wand and touched the hand. They must have seen something.
Ah, I see. Still convinced I lost one of my students, are we?
Well, no one seems to be missing, but someone was definitely down there. I'm sure of it.
I admire your conviction, but you should know mer people can be very difficult to engage. They prefer not to get involved in wizard affairs.
But this is different. This is life and death.
That may be, but how exactly were you expecting to communicate with them? Are you fluent in Mermish?
Well, no, but maybe I could learn some Mermish, just enough to talk to them.
Professor. What creature are we covering today?
Afraid you'll have to get wet again, Daniel?
Leave off, Cassandra.
Silence. Today we will be covering a most intriguing creature, the Kelpie. Amazing beasts, Kelpies. Beautiful, sleek, fast, and dangerous. Shapeshifters by nature, Kelpies usually take horse and will gladly offer a ride across the water to weary travelers. Ah, Miss Fall. It appears someone is offering you a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to be eaten alive. Kelpies might seem friendly, but they are in fact rather ill-intentioned. Luckily, the beast can be rendered mostly harmless by using a simple placement charm to attach a bridle. This is not to say one should attempt to ride a Kelpie. Remember, they are wild beasts. Trying to tame one would be a fool's errand. Today's lesson is to observe the Kelpie in its natural habitat, but not to engage unless absolutely necessary. Right! Everyone into the water!
I'm going to look for the wand I saw last time. If I can find it, maybe people will believe me about the missing person.
You sure that's a good idea?
I have to do something. Besides, you and Ivy will be with me to ward off any hungry Kelpies. Wait, where's Ivy? Actually, I think she was up late listening to Cal. I think I even heard her singing.
Ugh, I just know he'll be asking me to sing next.
And I hope I'm there to hear it. Now come on, I've got a wand to find. make them understand. I'd better get Fisher to the hospital. I hope he's all right.
Never have I seen such reckless, foolhardy, bludger-brained behavior from a student. This underwater obsession of yours has got to stop.
But it wasn't my fault. It was an accident.
Oh? You accidentally entered into a duel that attracted the attention of a Kelpie? Is that it?
Yes.
Well, then perhaps detention every night this week will help clarify the situation for you.
Yes, Professor.
Well, that could have been worse.
How? I got a week's detention and Fisher nearly drowned.
He'll recover, eventually. Serves him right for starting a duel.
Professor Brindlemore's right. If I hadn't gone searching for the wand, this never would have happened.
Yeah, but at least you found it. And that proves something.
Does it? Everywhere I go, I'm treated like a pariah because of what happened to Fisher. No one cares about the wand.
Yeah, all that sympathy for a Frey is rather unnerving. I'm sure once he's back to his old awful self, this will blow over.
Maybe, but I still don't know whose wand this is.
And you probably never will. Come on, let's go find something to eat. I'm starving.
You go ahead. I feel like taking a walk to clear my head. Why do I keep coming back here? If I could just prove what I saw.
Planning a midnight swim, are we?
Cal, no, I don't know. Just feeling a bit down is all.
Sorry to hear that. Ivy told me about your misadventure in the lake. Did you really see someone down there?
Yes, well, a hand anyway. Although, I'm beginning to wonder if I might have imagined it.
Just because no one else believes you doesn't mean you're wrong.
Thanks, I appreciate that. I wish more people were as open-minded as you.
I find it helps to have a rather thick skin, at least when it comes to the opinions of others.
You're right. Oh, but I did find a wand, although it's probably been at the bottom of the lake for ages.
Seems rather well preserved. I doubt it's been in the water that long.
Really? I thought it seemed familiar, but no one at Hogwarts is missing a wand. If I could just remember...
Why not give your search another go? It's a nice night. Maybe you'll have better luck in the dark.
I mean, I would, but every time I get close to where I saw the hand, the mer people chase me off.
I might be able to help with that.
entrance, and it's unguarded. Oh! This is one of Callan's gang, the one I fought in the forest. That's why the wand seemed familiar. Unconscious. I'd better check for a heartbeat. This is the same witch I fought in the forest. Shoren said her name was Key LeBlanc and that she was dangerous. Still, I hope she's not dead. I'd better check for a heartbeat. Still beating. That's good. I wonder... Stay back, vampire! Ugh. Ugh. You are. You're a poacher, one of Kellan's gang. You mean when you tried to burn down the forest, with me in it? I haven't rescued anyone yet. Maybe not. What were you doing in the Black Lake? Trying to trap the giant squid? Oh. Like a fancy name for a thief. That was different. That was Oh, and I suppose the mer people locked you up for no reason then? Not everyone is a criminal like you. Fine, I'll help you, but I'm not giving your wand back. Not yet.
Key, you're alive. Did you find it?
Cal, you know her?
Yes, I'm sorry. I haven't been totally forthcoming with you. I hired Miss LeBlanc to find something for me.
Oh. She's a criminal, Cal. She tried to kill me.
What?
Ah. You nearly burned down the Forbidden Forest. Ha.
What are you doing? I paid you to do a job.
You said I could trust you, Key. That you wouldn't hurt me. Ah. Ha.
I'm sorry. I had no idea what she was capable of.
It's all right, Cal. I'm glad you're okay. What was she searching for?
A song. Feeling better?
Much. I didn't realize how cold I was until I was out of the water. Now, tell me about this song.
It's more than a song. It's a family heirloom. A lullaby that's been handed down for generations. Or it was until it was lost.
Right, and how does one lose a song?
Short answer, we forgot it.
And the long answer?
There was a memory, a very old one, of the song being performed for the first time. This is what was passed between the generations, shared so the song could be learned and played as it was meant to be.
Shared? Oh, like in a pensive, right?
Correct. It was given to my granny when she just a girl. Her family didn't have a pensive, so she brought it with her to Hogwarts to experience it.
And did she?
Yes, but only once. She lost it before learning the song perfectly. Over the years, the memory of it faded. It was only after hearing my voice that she recalled even a little and begged me to find it.
Because someone else might know the song, right?
That's what I thought. I've spent years searching for it, performing everywhere I went, but also listening. Listening for the fragments I knew. I've heard hundreds of family songs, but never my own. Because that's where I told her to look. My granny didn't lose the memory, you see. It was stolen from her and thrown into the lake by a rival. Or so she says. She was reluctant to share the details.
But you think it's still there, at the bottom of the lake?
If the memory remained sealed in its file, it might still be intact. I never thought I'd get the chance to look for the original. But then I met Key.
Who was more than happy to find it, for a price.
Hiring her was a mistake. I see that now. Maybe if she hadn't made a mess of things, we could have approached the Mer people directly.
Wait, you think the Mer people have it?
Maybe. I know Granny was quite taken with them. She mentioned they were jealous of her voice, but I suspect it might have been the other way around. If they were there when the file was lost, if they found it. What? Oh, sorry. I know this all must seem a bit obsessive, but this song is very important to me. I'd do anything to hear it. Just once.
Well, perhaps one of the Mer people saw something all those years ago. It couldn't hurt to ask, assuming I can learn how to ask in Mermish.
You'll help me then?
don't know what we'll find, but at least now I know what we're looking for.
Thank you. That means a lot to me.
Out of curiosity, what am I looking for? Specifically, I mean, what does the memory file look like?
Like this one. It's a memory of another family song. I have a few special ones that I've kept over the years.
Oh, I suppose that is a good way to remember them. Well, the first thing I need to do is research. Professor Brindamore said there were books that might help. I'll check tomorrow and let you know what I find.
Good luck.
Let's see. If I were a book about how to talk to mer people, where would I be? Memory spells, mending charms, Merlin. Ah, here we go. Mer People, a comprehensive guide to the language and customs by Dylan Marwood. This looks perfect. Oh dear, this looks complicated. Daniel, what's wrong? Why are you covering your mouth? Daniel, I can't help you if I don't know what the problem is. Put your hands down. Oh, for the love of... Just tell me what's wrong.
Help me, please! I can't stop singing!
Why are you singing?
It was the phrase, they cursed me, and now I can't stop singing.
Oh, that's terrible, isn't it? But also delightful. You have a lovely singing voice, Daniel. Sorry. It's just kind of hilarious, isn't it? I mean, you said you didn't want to sing for Cal, and yet here you are. All right. Why didn't you just use a counterspell?
Because it doesn't work if I'm singing.
Oh, right. A singing charm, Maybe just a standard counterspell to reverse it? Well, did it work? Say something.
I'm afraid to open my mouth. Hey, it worked! I can talk normal again. Thanks. What a relief.
Too bad. I'm sure Ivy would have loved to hear you sing.
She did. That's why I came looking for you. Ivy couldn't stop laughing long enough to do the counterspell.
Glad I could help. Although, I think you should give it a try if Cal asks you to sing. You're not as bad as you think.
A book on mer people? You're not still on about that, are you?
I am, but only because I was right. There was someone at the bottom of the lake, and I found them.
Don't.
So, you think this song memory is still sitting on the bottom of the lake after all these years?
Cal thinks so, and if I can learn a few Mermish phrases, I'm hoping the mer people will help me find it.
Good luck with that. I doubt they'll be in a helpful mood after what you did.
You mean Freem Key? I'll probably have to explain myself, won't I? This is going to be harder than I thought. If anyone can do it, you can. Just be careful. I will. Believe me, I've had enough underwater excitement already.
All this trouble for one song. You sure that's all this is about?
You think Cal is lying to me?
No, I didn't say that, but I don't know. It feels like there might be more to the story.
I think the song is just very important to him, Daniel. Music can have a powerful effect on people.
How could I forget? My throat is still sore from all that singing.
Come on, let's head back. I've got a language to learn.
I wonder what a horribly damp creature we're gonna have to deal with today.
I hope it's the giant squid. That would be exciting, wouldn't it? Oh, that would be thrilling.
What's the matter? You didn't go for another late night swim, did you?
No, I was reading or trying to. Mamish is a very challenging language.
I thought it was just a bunch of squeaks and squeals.
It's more than that, Daniel. Or it will be if I ever get it sorted.
Good morning, class. I hope you're wide awake, because today's subject is one of the most unruly, uncooperative creatures you'll ever lay eyes on. So, pay attention and do not deviate from my instructions. I don't want any underwater shenanigans. Is that clear?
Yes, Professor.
Good. Now, who knows what a dugbog is?
Dug bugs? Those things aren't dangerous. Might bite your ankles, but that's about it.
I think you'll find, Mr. Page, that the local species are more challenging than the modest-sized specimens found elsewhere in the country.
That's a dug bug. It's bloody huge.
Precisely why one must approach with great caution.
Or maybe don't approach it at all.
A wise choice, although not always an option. Years ago, nearly every pond, stream and mud puddle around Hogwarts was home to one or more of the beasts. Very inconvenient.
I bet.
In the last 100 years, the local population has decreased considerably, which is why the Hogwarts grounds have become a sanctuary where dugbogs can be kept safely away from poachers and those who might want to harvest their tongues for potion making.
Oh yeah, can't make a good focus potion without one of those.
Now, chances are you won't encounter a dugbog today, which is why I also want you to look for another curious creature, the Lullaby. Normally, these are found at the bottom of the North Sea, but there are a few in the Great Lake that can occasionally be found in the shallows.
That doesn't look particularly dangerous.
But looks can be deceiving. There's a reason why the merpeople use lubberlugs as weapons. They propel poison from their snouts when threatened. Once again, caution is key in any encounter. Good luck.
Remember, we're only supposed to stun the dugbog, not hurt it.
I'll keep that in mind if one tries to bite me in half. Oh yeah? What do you call that?
Congrats, Daniel. You successfully subdued a log.
It's not my fault. I can't think straight on account of this dang headache.
A headache? That's strange. Lottie missed class for the same reason.
It's Cal's fault. He had us singing songs all night.
I knew you'd sing!
Yeah, well, someone convinced me my voice wasn't up.
I'm glad. Weird that it gave you a headache, though. The same thing happened to me, remember? It's probably nothing, just nerves or something like that.
What is that?
Sorry I'm late. We had a bit of excitement in defense against the dark arts this morning.
Oh no. I hope everyone's alright.
A few bumps and bruises, but otherwise okay. Just another day at Hogwarts.
Well, if you need more time, I'd...
No, I'm ready to go. In fact, I can already speak Mermish.
Really?
Well, no, not really, but I memorized a few phrases that I think will help, assuming the mer people actually know something about the song.
I'm sure they do.
Right, let's see.
Regardless, thank you for your help. It means a lot to me that you'd go to such lengths to help someone you barely know.
I'm happy to. Besides, I really want to hear this song of yours. It must be
It is. Especially to my granny. Singing it for her would be the best gift I could ever give her.
She really doesn't remember any of it.
Just a few lines.
Moon calves dancing in the field tonight.
That's lovely.
Isn't it? It's all I've had to go on for years. We tried to recover Granny's memory of listening to it, but it's lost. If she'd thought to do it sooner.
I'm sorry, but we'll find something. I just know it.
We should do it soon while I'm still here. How about tonight?
That soon? Alright. I'll have to sneak out, but my friends will cover for me. I'll see you tonight. I don't know how the mer people are going to react to seeing me again.
Right. I'll follow your lead.
I suppose I should say hello.
Yes, singing witch long ago. We remember.
Yes, that's Cal's granny. She had a memory in a small flask. I think he recognizes you, Cal. You must look like your granny. He says he saw her in a boat. She had the memory file with her, and she was singing.
He heard her.
Really? He says she dropped it into the lake on purpose. He tried to give it back, but she wouldn't take it. That's odd. Why wouldn't she take it? Oh no! What are you doing? fish. Cal, stop! You're hurting him!
Don't you get it? He heard the song. He's got a memory of it. That song belongs to me.
Is this Daniel and Ivy? Are these songs... Have you been taking our memories?
No. All gave them willingly. I'm not hurting anyone.
But why?
You don't understand. I've been searching for so long. I've heard so many songs, but never mine.
Cal, look at him! Look at what you're doing! This isn't you! Please, Cal, your life isn't defined by this one lost song. You're so much more than that.
Oh no. No. What have I become?
How many memories have you stolen, Cal?
I told you. Or gave them freely. I merely collected them and kept them.
But they're not yours to keep, are they? Not like this. This isn't a collection. This is an obsession.
I only wanted what I was owed. My legacy.
I know, but you should be focused on your own music, Cal. Your own future. You don't need someone else's song for that. Oh, okay. That's one way to do it.
I need to let go of the past and focus on the future. My future. You came back.
Cal, I think it's your granny's file. He kept it.
After all these years. I don't know what to say. After what I did to you, to show such kindness. Why? I can't believe it's in my hands. I don't deserve this.
No one deserves it more than you, Cal. You made a mistake, but this is your chance to make up for it.
You're right, and I will. I promise.
I don't suppose you have a pensive in that bag of yours, do you?
Sadly, no. My granny has one, but I'd like to watch it alone before bringing it home.
There's a pensive in the headmistress's office.
I don't know. Do you think she'd let me use it?
Only one way to find out. Thanks for helping us, Professor Brindlemore.
You're welcome. Now, I have assured the headmistress that this will mean the end of your underwater adventures. Was I wrong in saying so?
Definitely not. I won't even dip a toe into the water. I promise.
Actually, don't be surprised if you're called upon to engage with the merpeople. Despite certain misunderstandings, they seem to tolerate your presence more than most magic folk.
Oh, I guess my Mermish was better than I thought.
Quite. Well, then the pensive is yours. I do hope this memory is everything you want it to be.
Me too.
Ready?
After so many years, I can't believe I'm finally going to hear it.
What are you waiting for? Pour it in.
But what if I don't like it? What if it's not special at all?
Of course it's going to be special, Cal. It's your family song. And want it and make it your own. Was beautiful, Cal.
Thank you. To be honest, I'm still learning how to play it. I'm hoping to do it justice by the time I sing it for Granny Petra.
I'm sure she's going to love it.
I hope so. I received an owl from her this morning. I told her about the file and the mer person who held on to it, and he was right. She did throw it into the lake all those years ago.
But why?
Simple. She was afraid she'd never be good enough to sing it.
But you said she has a lovely singing voice.
She does. But it's not always so easy to believe the best about ourselves, especially when we're young. It's much easier to see or hear everything we're doing wrong.
So she covered it up by saying...
Yes, and she was too ashamed. I'll do better than that. I'm going to sing it with her, to remind Granny how special she is.
That's perfect, Cal.
After that, I'm going to play it for as many people as possible so it's never lost again.